Have you been finding it a challenge to make yourself a nourishing breakfast in the morning because you just don't have the time? Well, I want to share with you a way that you can make a 3-grain porridge the night before to make sure that you start your day on a healthy breakfast. For your 3-grain porridge, you can choose 3 of the following grains: oats, mielie meal, maltabella, whole barley, whole wheat, millet, brown rice, buckwheat and quinoa. All of these grains you can find at your local supermarket. If you can't find it in your local supermarket, ask someone to stock it in your local supermarket. Today I've chosen to use the following 3 grains. I've decided to use some brown rice, some millet and some rolled oats. The recipe for my 3-grain porridge is 1 cup of grains, 3 cups boiling water, 1 teaspoon of salt and fruits according to your taste. At the end of this demonstration, you will find a list of the ratio between the amount of grains and the amount of water that you need to use. I have found that using 1 cup of grain is sufficient for my family of 2. But you might be a family of 5 and would have to increase your recipe. And the ratio between the grains and the water will help you to know how much to add of what. For my recipe today, I've decided to use a 1/3 cup of each of these 3 grains. So in total, they will make 1 cup grain. Before you start your 3-grain porridge on the stove, you will need to assemble your hotbox. And for this, you will need 3 Pick n Pay cooler bags. So just go down to your Pick n Pay and purchase 3 of these bags and you will be able to make your own hotbox at home. So what you will need to do is you take your first bag, you take the second one and you put it inside your first one. Make sure that you press it down to the bottom nice and tight and open it up so that it fits in perfectly. Then you take your third one, you put that in as well. I always make sure that the cover is outside. Also tucking it in nice and tight, opening it up so it fits perfectly. And as you will see, all 3 of the tops are on the same side and on the outside. Then you take a plate from your kitchen, you turn it upside down and you place it in your hotbox bag. Nice and tight. You're going to put a hot pot into these bags so the plate will protect your bags from not burning. Then you put your hot box aside, ready to be used when you need it. Then you will need a pot on your stove. What we're going to do is we're going to first place in our grains. So it's my 1/3 cup of brown rice, my 1/3 cup of millet, my 1/3 cup of rolled oats, which in total makes 1 cup of grains, 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Then we're going to add 3 cups of boiling water, Now we're going to add some fruit, and the fruit can be anything that you like. The idea of the fruit is to sweeten the porridge to make it delicious for you to enjoy. On the deck we have some dried guavas, we've got some dates, some raisins, some apples and some bananas. For today's recipe I'm going to add 1 cup chopped dates. And I'm also going to add 1 sliced banana. As I said, anything that you find delicious in your 3-grain. So then you just stir everything through well so that your salt can dissolve. You put your lid on and you put your stove on. Now what we want to do is we want to bring this to boiling point. Once it is boiling, you can open up the lid, you stir it once through, put the lid back on, and then you wait for the steam to come out from the sides. When you are cooking with harder grains such as sorghum, wheat and barley, you want to keep your pot on the stove for at least 10 minutes to cook before you put it into your hot box. But because we are using softer grains today, like rice and millet and oats, etc., we can now just wait for the steam to come out from the side and we put it into our hot box. So you as my viewer have to pretend now that you are seeing the steam coming out of my pot. So then we take the pot and we place it into the hot box bag onto the plate. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then what you need to do is you need to seal each individual bag. So you zip it up. You tie the handles. You take the next one. You zip it up. Fold the handles in. And then you take your last one. And you zip that up too. These handles keep your bags in place. Then what you will need is you'll take a nice thick warm blanket from your home. Open it up. Put your hot box inside. Let's do it this way. Basically wrap it nice and tight. There we go. And you leave it overnight to cook. Tomorrow morning when you open up your blanket and all your bags, you'll open up the pot and you'll have a nice warm porridge. All you need to do is just take a spoon and stir your pot nice through, and then you have a delicious porridge for you to start your day with. What you can also do is you can also purchase yourself a made hot box bag. It has a lid and it has a bag, and all you do is you put your pot inside of here, put this on, and then you close it up. These hot box bags can be purchased from Be Free Lifestyle Center. At the bottom of the screen will be their details if you are interested in purchasing a hot box bag. Just to show you, the next morning this is what your delicious 3-grain porridge would look like. And all you can do with this is add some fresh fruit and some toast, and then you have a delicious breakfast to start your day off. I'm Chantal Horn, reminding you to make healthy choices.